Welcome back, everyone. Today I am starting out on the water. Gonna do a quick little paddle and lots of activities planned for today. Now that it is finally not raining. Beware of the fallen trees. Over on that side is all the campground, and then there's a lot of residences over on this side. It's a nice big open lake though. Every time I film, I'm just kind of floating here, which is very relaxing. Maybe I'll have to get one of those like body attachment things so I can just put it on the front of me, kind of get my view. I wonder if that's a glacial rock, just a waterlogged glacial rock. There's quite a few of them in here, but this one's just kind of sticking right out. And that is the mountain I am planning on climbing a little bit later in the day. There's not too many people out here. There's one boat over here. Fellow kayaker between those two islands. But it is a Monday morning. It looks like someone has made a rope swing here. I don't think I'll be indulging in that today. And we appear to have some napping ducks over here. Not in the water, but on that log. Which coincidentally is where I'm going to be pulling in. I hope I don't scare them too much. Quack, 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 quack. I'm actually hitting a tree. I think I'm gonna have to actually row around this tree unless I can make it over. And now back here on land, and the ducks are still there. Hey, little guy. There's a red squirrel. Doesn't want to move. He's got his tail all up. So there are quite a few trails here at Pawtuckaway State Park. I'm actually parked here at the visitor center. See? And I'm going to walk down here and do the mountain trail. Go up to the mountain. Just making my way down this road, and then the beginning of the actual trail right up there. So the mountain trail and fire tower are 3 miles up, so be a good little 6-mile walk, and let the hike begin. It's a different trail. I was actually thinking about parking in a different area and coming from that way, but I decided just to do the visitor center. I know years back we did this trail, and then we kept going, and we did about 10 miles, and it was very, very buggy in some areas, so I'm not going to be repeating that. Lots of lily pads, and it is still a bit muddy with all the rain we've been getting this entire camping trip. But hopefully none today. It's my last full day here, so it is getting a little cloudy, so I am getting nervous. There is a junction ahead. Gotta make sure I go the right way. I like this too. Stay on trail or stay home. And this is the mountain trail, so I will be taking a right here. snow slickers. So off to the mountain trail. And it is very rocky, very muddy. So I would definitely recommend wearing some boots to do this trail. Sneakers might be all right, but you might get them pretty dirty. And then, don't do it in flip-flops or anything. Nice little stream here. Very, very nice. Nice area, aside from the mud. Plethora of fallen trees. And the rocks are very plentiful in this area. Overlooking what seems to be a little stream. Oh, some little waterfall action here. Very serene. And as always, there's no shortage of these little flies that continue to just fly right into my eyes and around my head. I did put on quite a bit of bug spray. It is getting more uphill. Still very rocky, but I love this kind of trail. I love all the stones, skipping on them, not tripping on them, or attempting to not trip on them. And much like my last hike, just about, I think it was actually a week ago today, very rocky and very rooty. A lot of rocks, a lot of roots, but definitely a lot more uphill. At least coming back down shouldn't be too bad, right? So long as I don't trip. There is even little dips like right here. You're going back downhill. So it's not all directly uphill. It does go up and down, but a lot of uphill. And it looks like we're only a little bit more of a half a mile away from the South Mountain Fire Tower. And there is good signage here also. And it's getting a little more big rock heavy up here. The big glacial boulders. But it's starting to look more mountainous, I guess you could say. And I don't know if you can tell in this video, but it goes down quite a ways. And we still got a lot more uphill to conquer. This right here is a little bit flat, but then it gets a little bit, might have to climb this with using my hands. I don't know. We'll soon find out. And that way is not marked, but this way is, so I guess I'm gonna go all in on this one. I wonder, I could probably loop around that way, but where's the fun in that? The sky is getting darker, and I did overhear a fellow hiker mentioned that he felt a raindrop, so fingers crossed for no rain, or at least not heavy rain. I'm a big fan of like this root system. Kind of just slices right through these boulders. Like this trees over there that are just growing on boulders. Nature's pretty cool, huh? But yeah, it does look like it's getting a little cloudy up there. And I think that trail that I saw down there kind of leads up to this area. I can still see it down there though, so it might just bypass all of this, but it's not marked like this one is. These ones aren't even painted. They got the diamond things on them. If I can get it into frame past the foliage, but yeah, it just came from down there. Still a ways to go, I believe. But it looks amazing. Looks amazing. I love it. So glad I came up. It's like walking up nature's staircase. Very big boulder up there. There's so many boulders up here. Still cool. So it looks like there's a red trail ahead, but sticking to the white one. Up the mountain we go. Even have another little red squirrel. I think I may have startled him a bit. Hey, bud. And yeah, a lot of these rocks can be a little steep, a little tricky, so be aware of that if you're planning on making the visit up here. It's getting windier. That last little jaunt up the mountain, I believe, it's just about reached the top. This is some very elaborate work. Probably once just one boulder, then people just kept creating more. Pretty neat. Tower over there. This is so cool. I mean, you can see the white up to the White Mountains. There. Beautiful day for a hike. That bird's kind of far away, so I can't tell what it is, but it is soaring up above the mountains. Higher angle here. I did want to go up to the fire tower, but there are people just kind of hanging out on the top of it, so I don't want to go disturb them. So I believe I was on the South Ridge Trail, or maybe not. I know that this is the tower. I think I will head up. See what the view is like up here. Oh wow. Oh, that's cool. This is as high as I can go. Let's finish it off, but spectacular view up here. This is the lake I was kayaking on earlier, looking up at this mountain. Fortunately, I seem to have twisted my ankle while climbing these stairs. After climbing this whole mountain, I hurt myself walking upstairs. It's gonna be a not very fun walk down the mountain or the stairs. So I think I'm gonna go this tower trail. This way may be a little bit longer, but I'm hoping it's a little less downhill now that I twisted my ankle, of course. And yes, this is still very steep, and it is not helping out my twisted ankle very much. Perhaps I should have gone back the other way. And this may put a damper onto some of the other things I wanted to do for the rest of my vacation. Hopefully, once I get back to my campsite, I can put a brace on it, and hopefully that'll help it out a bit. But I got quite a ways to walk to get to my vehicle and to do that. But it's looking a little bit more like a trail here, at least, and not climbing down stones. We'll see how long that lasts. So apparently this is just a place to go hike up that mountain. There is a cinder block in the ground. I'm gonna go this way, and hopefully that brings me back to where I wanna be. Back to the trail that I should have just gone down, and I didn't. So I thought it'd be cool to go around, and I thought it might be a little less steep for my twisted ankle, and it was not less steep. It was less cool, but it was not less steep. It was a lot harder to get down, actually, than I think the other way would have been. But hopefully this loops around and meets up. If I could just find some signage that would indicate that. I mean, I looked at the map and it looks like that's what it does. We shall see. I know the mountain's up there, so. Oh, no signs yet, but found a nice little stream. Maybe this is the stream that I saw earlier. I saw several streams earlier, now that I think of it. And I just got some reassurance that I'm going the right way from some fellow hikers. They're very helpful. And this way, at least at this point, or at this time, is relatively flat. But I think I know where I am, and I think I got my bearings down. So now it's just a matter of getting back to my vehicle with my car, my ankle twisted. So it's been worse. So I'm not too upset about it. It's a little painful, but nothing a couple beers later on at the campfire won't help. Here is the signage I've been looking for. That's where I'm headed, park headquarters. I also remember this 5, and the signage, and that signage. And that's when I started going up the mountain, so this is where I would have came if I came back that way. So I believe I'm on the right path. And I'm just now getting back to here I mean, I know you guys don't know how time elapsed because I really didn't take any footage for quite a while. But this road is really long. Had I known about that tower road, I mean, you're basically at the bottom of the mountain there. So in the future, I think I would. I mean, this isn't a bad hike, but it's, I mean, this one road is very, very long. I mean, I think this road, just getting to where you start going up the mountain, is like 2.5 miles, and I think it's like a half mile up the mountain. Not to say this isn't a good hike, but as I'm seeing some little critters go around, probably won't see them. But this isn't a bad hike. I actually really like this trail. It's just very long. So it's like you're going very long down one way. I made like a little loop, and then it's very long down this way. And you know, I mean, the main attraction is the mountain. Had I gone to Tower, I probably would have traversed some of the other trails out here, because there's a vast amount of trails out here. But instead, I just spent a lot of the time walking down one trail, and then I'm walking back down that same trail. You dig? And finally, going from the forest back onto the road. On the road again. Now I gotta walk all uphill to my vehicle. At least there's some nice scenery. And hopefully I'll make it to the beach. I'd like to jump in the lake after that hike. And it's a nice waterfall here. The lily pad pond. So next time I decide to hike that mountain or any of the trails up here, I'm going to simply leave, go to that other parking lot, and then I can, you know, do a lot more loops. I'm gonna make sure I bring my brace in case I mess up my foot like I did. But yeah, that was a nice 3-hour walk. Thanks for joining me thus far. I also just wanted to come check out this old relic. Wonder if it still works. It does. I don't know if you can hear it, but there is a dial tone. Now that's a fire. And that is the end of the fire of the last night. So I will leave you in peace. Take care, y'all.